Now, when you think about the fight against the opioid crisis, you may picture something like this: law enforcement, the good guys versus the bad guys. But the University of Akron is shedding light on a whole other side of the story. From prevention to rehabilitation, counselors are playing a huge role in the fight against opioids. The University of Akron School of Social Work recently released the details of their addiction-focused counseling courses to arm students with the tools to be a accredited addiction counselor upon graduation. I sat down with John Ellis, one of the professors coordinating the program, to learn more about the benefits of the program and his own personal experiences working with addicts.
We want to get the word out better. We know that there's more students interested than before, and we also know there's more agencies and providers and employers that are interested in hiring students with this particular background.
That eagerness may be due in part to the federal government, who plans to increase funding for the fight against opioids substantially, which could benefit certified graduates greatly.
With the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act of 2016, there's $181 million of new federal money coming out to the states every year for 5 years. A lot of that is going to be earmarked for workforce development for addictions professionals. So we're responding to a community need on one level, and we're giving students a skill set that they can not only be part of the solution, but it makes them marketable in an emerging workforce environment.
I also asked Mr. Ellis about the stigma surrounding those afflicted by opiate addictions, and while he agreed there has been a stigma toward drug users for centuries, he also stated that when they're ready to come forward, treatment can help.
Treatment does work, and I know people even locally that include students, carpenters, physicians, homemakers, professors, engineers that have been in recovery for years. And I think if society began to see the volume of how many people have overcome this, that would do well to reduce some of the stigma too.
John later revealed that he too has been in recovery for quite some time, but he's turned that experience into a way to benefit those who need to turn their lives around as well.
I've been working in the addictions field for the better part of the last 30 years. I've worked in treatment centers, I've done jail counseling, I've worked in private practice, I've been a community planner and a funder, and most recently, as a faculty member, I'm helping to shepherd the next generation of professionals out into the field. A lot of that is driven by the fact that I'm in recovery from addictions. I haven't used anything since 1984, and I've dedicated my career to really giving back to that. So I have a lot of experience on a personal level, I have experience on a professional level, and I do believe, because I'm a beneficiary of treatment programs, I'm a beneficiary of some of this funding that went out to help people with addiction. So I know these things work. It's kind of what gives me the enthusiasm to teach it like I do and to stay in this field as long as I have.
So if you're a student interested in getting into the field, the good news is the courses are not tied to a major, are all available online, and can immediately make an impact upon completion.
So when students finish taking the classes, they could be license ready for a licensed independent chemical dependency counselor. And even with the undergrad classes, they are licensable due to taking a certain number of those classes within the state of Ohio.
And if you're someone in need of help, there is local support available.
I would reach out to the ADM board. So if you're a Summit County resident, if you go to admboard.org website, and there's a link called Finding Help, it could give you some numbers locally. It can identify if you're insured or not insured, what are some opportunities for you, and give a crisis number that you can call to help you navigate through the process.
And John's final word of advice to us:
people just need to know, if you do identify yourself with this problem, tell somebody. There is help available. And like I said, there are hundreds of thousands of people that have got to the other side of addiction and had a pretty successful life trajectory after they overcame this. Treatment is effective. There is help for this. And I'm kind of living proof of that.
So if you are someone or know someone in need of help, do not be afraid to speak up. Call the crisis hotline at 330-434-9144.